My best friend got me an amazing t-shirt, and I can't get over it. Just to start things off a little differently here, I recognize the fact that last week was my 75th vlog, which should be some sort of landmark, I think. I don't know if that's an important anniversary, but I feel like Disneyland would celebrate its 75th anniversary with gusto, and therefore it's official in my book. So, 75th vlog, I didn't really do anything of note. It was pretty much a standard vlog, as I usually do. But I feel they've been getting a little stale lately, and I'm not happy with that. I'm actually very disappointed that they just feel very flat. When you're doing something like this for a long time, I guess you can get stuck in kind of a creative rut where you're just doing the same thing mechanically over and over again, and I think that's what I'm doing. I don't want to be doing that. So I decided that for the 76th vlog, which doesn't really have any special significance, but now it will, I'm going to, go off script a little bit. Just kind of feel it out. Just keep it kind of loosey-goosey, Loosey-goosey. So, I've done this a couple times before. We'll see how it goes. I also want to say something else. Though I don't normally bring current events or news topics into my vlog, ever, really, the last few days have been undeniably historic, and I just feel that I need to acknowledge that. The Supreme Court ruling on marriage equality was a momentous decision, of course. And obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but personally, it just made me feel really good. When I heard the news, I felt happier to live in the country I live in, and I felt more proud to be an American. It's just really a good feeling to me. So well done, USA. Proud of you. Anyway, moving on, next topic, back to the shirt. So the other day I got to see my best friend for the first time in a long time, and it was delightful. A delight! Hoya! 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 Along with the excitement of getting to hang out with him, I was also thrilled to receive a truly unique gift from him. This shirt. At first glance, perhaps it appears to be a bad illustration of Han Solo from Star Wars, but upon closer inspection, one can see that it is in fact Ron Burgundy from the movie Anchorman, dressed as Han Solo, scotch in hand, you'll notice, with his faithful dog Baxter dressed as Chewbacca. Inspiring work. This is real modern art. In fact, forget everything you know about modern art, everything you thought you knew. Look at this shirt, boom, that's it. Everything you need to know. The brilliance of it is that the character of Han Solo, and really Harrison Ford in general in most of his movie roles, is sort of a bold, brash, and rebellious man about town, or space in this case, who likes to think of himself as a ladies' man, smooth talker, hardened outlaw, but is often shown up by the woman in his life, Princess Leia. Ron Burgundy, flawlessly portrayed by Will Ferrell, is similarly a bold and often out-of-control man about town who believes himself to be a smooth operator, but is constantly outshone by his fiercely intelligent lady friend, Veronica Corningstone. Plus, both characters have lovable, furry sidekick/wingmen whose unintelligible growls and barks only they can understand. It just fits so well. It's like all the pieces fell into place. It was meant to happen. It's fate. My friend ingeniously combined the two characters' names to come up with Han Burgundy, which really sums things up nicely. We tried to combine Baxter and Chewbacca, but the best we could come up with was Chew Baxter, which is okay, but doesn't have quite the same ring to it. It's not quite as natural. Seriously though, I would love to see a version of Star Wars where Will Ferrell plays Han Solo. It just feels so right to me. I think it would be genius and life-altering, not to oversell it. Maybe like a remake of Spaceballs, the Star Wars parody from the 80s. Classic film. In fact, maybe they shouldn't remake it because it's so classic, but if they did, Will Ferrell should be involved. Or at least Baxter, somehow. Anyway, it was a good weekend. The Supreme Court ruling, lots of fun adventures that I got to have with great people. And this shirt to really sweeten the deal. So I guess the lesson here would be, don't put a limit on your creativity. Combining seemingly very different things can often produce a wonderful work of art, like this. So don't be afraid to dare to do what no one has done before, or go where no one has gone before. It's worth it. And there is one more small announcement. I have been recently considering doing some stand-up comedy, perhaps. Live on a stage at like an open mic kind of thing. It would be very different from what I do on the vlog in a lot of ways, somewhat similar in some ways, but very separate. And the things I would talk about would be pretty much distinguished from what I talk about on my vlog. There wouldn't be a lot of crossover there, but there will be some. And I think it could be fun and cool and different, and hopefully, get the creative juices flowing, so to speak, even though that's kind of a gross description, and I've always felt weird about using it, but now I just did, so yeah. And I may be testing some material for that, potentially, on the vlog, so you can feel free to comment on that in the future, or tell me it's terrible and don't take this on stage because people will throw tomatoes at you, or whatever they throw these days. Probably worse things than tomatoes. Or you can tell me you're just too attractive for the stage. You deserve to be on camera, lighting up the screen. I'm not gonna say I agree, because that would make me a bad person. Narcissistic, but, you know. You do the math of this face. Do the face math, and you'll figure out. I don't know where I was going with that one. Or conversely, to balance it out, you could tell me you should never show your face in public. Maybe wear a bag over your head when you're performing, just to be safe. Don't want to frighten the audience, you know? Don't want them to scream when they should be laughing. It's not a horror show. It's comedy, so get it right. Whatever feedback you have, like that or different, feel free to give it to me if I do test out material in the vlog in the future, or on a different video series. I have several other video series I want to do on this YouTube channel, and I plan to. And I keep talking about them like they're gonna happen at any moment, but they haven't. And that's not cool. That's bad. So, I apologize, and they will happen. Seriously, I promise. I will do more. Because a person can only survive so long on just a vlog, and I have greater ambitions. Hopefully that was dramatic enough for you. But I really mean it. More is coming. So get excited. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to go frame this and hang it next to my favorite Jackson Pollock piece. I think you know which I like better. I'll catch you later, and you stay classy.